Marcus, thought we'd catch up with you because a week tomorrow, you make your debut, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Your
Yeah,
professional
long time.
debut, anyway.
Yeah, long time coming. Yeah.
Not that long. You're only 25.
Well, yeah. With what's going on, the past 2 years, I've been pretty much ready on the starting block to go. So.
Well, I was just checking this morning, and I filmed you a couple of times. I think the last time was 2 years ago this month.
Yeah, it would have been, yeah.
At the Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
Where you got a good win, a stoppage win actually, over a kid called Jordan York, who's quite a good fighter.
Yeah.
Very tall. And I was just asking you then, what's your reach? Because, you're not short or anything like that, but it looks like you've got a ridiculous long reach.
I mean, being here, Alex, made me utilise your strengths, working on things that work for your back. So.
Well, you've got a big advantage over most people. You're a southpaw.
Yeah. Tricky one.
Yeah, but like I say, the two fights I watched, I can't remember the other kid's name, which was probably about a year earlier.
Yeah.
Was short, stocky, strong.
I think they called him John the Greek. Was it from Sandygate?
Something like that. Yeah. Because he had the purple and blue on.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. I think he fought in the championships.
He did. I filmed him in the championships, and he's a little tank, isn't he?
Yeah, he fought Ash Marin, who's another good mate of mine. Yeah, they used to train with alongside. But yeah.
Well, let's go right back to the beginning then.
Yeah.
You're a kid that has done it a bit of an odd way round, because you started as an amateur, you told me. Then you fell out of love with it a little bit.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Kept your finger in by doing a bit of white collar, and then came back to the amateurs.
Yeah, I started at 16. It was really, I progressed from football really, and then I was never allowed to box as a kid. My mum was like, why do you want to get punched in the face and all this and all that. So when I turned 16, I just thought, I'm not going anywhere really with football, so joined the gym, Ada Lewis's in Ratcliffe, and I never left. I just never left it. I just always stuck to it. The weight dropped off, and then I always wanted to fight. I always wanted to do it. I never wanted to just be like a keep fitter. I wanted to progress on to competing.
Well, how long did you know? Because sometimes it isn't for everyone.
No, you're very true. It's very true that, because you find out a lot of people once they get hit in the face, then you see them shy away.
That's the reality, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's nice hitting other people in the face, but then when they hit you back, it's like, I'm not too sure.
I lost a few brain cells, so I think that's what kept me into it. But yeah, no, I enjoyed, like you say, the discipline, and keeps you on the path, doesn't it? It keeps you on the straight and narrow. So yeah.
Well, it does. You'd be looking for things to do at the weekend. You're probably too knackered because of training through the week.
I live a quiet life. Yeah, just stick to it and work
Where
hard.
are you based then? Are you close to Elite here?
I live in Bury. That's my hometown, Bury.
Is Flatley? Is that called Bury? Where he's from?
Jack.
Oh, is that Jack Flatley?
He's from Farnworth. It's near. We're not too far. It only takes about 20 minutes to get here, so it's not too far.
You've not got much of an accent then. Bury.
No.
Normally a bit farmerish.
Yeah. Up north, like sort of.
So how long have you been preparing for this? And was this when lockdown came? Had you made the decision that you wanted to go pro?
Yeah, I had them 2 amateur fights. I never wanted to have too many amateur fights. I just wanted to, get firing on all cylinders and then, make the move. And with what happened, it's just obviously stagnated everything. It's been a full year to this day, probably about since I first applied for my licence. So
I suppose this place makes that transition from keep fit to amateur boxer to the pro game a lot easier, because you while you're doing what you're doing, you're training alongside guys who are doing it at that, and some of them like Jack Flatley at the highest level.
Absolutely.
So if you want any idea of whether you can or you can't, this is a perfect place to come.
Absolutely.
Because it's all inclusive here, isn't it? The amateurs and the pros, you all mix and mingle together, don't you?
And I think that's back to the first point where I first started. That's where you couldn't really, you were at a bit of a glass ceiling. You couldn't really see yourself, going on to that next step. Whereas, like you say, you're training around, you're with Jack, and then you're helping other people out. So you're always like, you're mingling with everyone. So it's good. Yeah, it's very good.
And what's your aspiration? I mean, sometimes some of the fighters in real mixed bag. You've got prospects. And you've got guys like Mike who's starting his journey on the road. Are you a prospect?
Like you say, everyone can say, I want to be a world champion, but I just, like I say, take it each step as it comes. I want to build myself up, and I find my level, as they say. But,
one fight at a time.
Yeah,
One fight and hopefully one win at a time, and then
just get the recognition
at the end of the first year.
Yeah, like you say, I'm not a loud person, so I want to create some noise in the ring. So
you, as an amateur, you were fighting at middleweight?
Yeah, 75k, around 72 to 75k I was.
Yeah, so do you think as a pro with day before weigh-ins, further down the line, and training twice a day, 6 days a week,
Exactly.
I presume the weight will come off, and maybe super welterweight might be.
That's definitely up. That's what I want to be on the cards, as because obviously, like you say, with the more training, like I'll be able to do full time, so the weight will obviously drop off a lot easier and stay off.
But do you work though?
Yeah, full time.
What do you do?
Joinery.
So right.
I do a lot of commercial interiors, so it's quite.
The good thing about having a physical job like that though.
Yeah, I'm not sat down all the time.
But it's I keep telling people it's like doing strength and conditioning for 6 hours a day, 8 hours a day, because when you're lumping boards around and throwing 3x2s around everywhere and plasterboard and doorways and things like that, it doesn't have to keep you fit without even you realising it.
But it does knacker you though.
I know.
You do feel it. I mean, I've got a really lenient boss who lets me, train in and around in the mornings, and then I go to work later on, like I am today. But you feel you're like a different fighter, when you're allowed to train and then go to work rather than doing a full, 6 till 4.
Yeah, because you're coming here fresh.
Yeah, exactly.
Than having a hard day's slog behind you.
Yeah, so
that's good having an understanding boss.
Yeah, I like to thank him for that anyway.
No,
this is my brother as well. He's another one of my sponsors. But Tech Create.
Is there any boxing in your family? Is anyone else?
My brother, he did amateur. He fought Anthony Piffian.
Oh yeah.
He stopped him as an amateur. He's a bit. They call him the Tank, my brother. He's a big lad, but he's shorter than me. But he's younger than me as well. But he's over in Australia now, working.
Do a bit of backpacking or?
Yeah, I think he's just travelling and working.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah, it's that kind of.
But if you don't do it when you're young, it's very hard to do it when you're older yourself. You've got a mortgage and everything.
Yeah. But he's got on board with one of my sponsors. So.
Well, listen, I'm looking forward to it because it's a week tomorrow.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm firing on all cylinders now, so I can't wait now. I don't really get nervous. I get the good jitters, and I can't wait to be out there. And
do you get nervous?
It's like you say. I'd say it's a good nerves. I'm not really fearful. It's like the.
Yeah. Well, if you have no nerves, you underperform.
Well, you need a bit of something, don't you?
You've got to have that, and that's where the amateurs and that experience that you've had hopefully will pay off, because it just gives you to know what those right nerves are.
Yeah, people say I'm quite stoic anyway, so they think, "Oh, you're fighting?" And I'm like, "Yeah." It's like a job. It is a job, isn't it?
So it is now.
Yeah, it is. So I'm excited.
Yeah, well, it's nice. Obviously, it was a terrible last 2 years for boxing. Fights on them. But you getting out so early so early on in the year means you might be able to get to, if everything goes well and everything goes sweet, you might get 4 fights under your belt before the end of 2022.
I'd be so thankful for that. I was actually due to make my debut on the 27th. I didn't tell you this, but I got a cut in my last bout.
Oh, right.
But it's all fully healed. But it was about 6 months ago now.
So what? That was your last amateur?
Yeah, that was my last amateur. Yeah.
Right. Did you ever go to the championships or not?
I didn't. No, I didn't. It was never put forward to me. I don't know if I shied away from it, or I just never really never really put forward. But I mean, I don't really live in regret anyway. But if I could have, I would have.
Well, this is one thing that you might regret, because I regretted it. Not going pro, and from what I've seen from your style, quite a pleasing style, because I'm not a massive fan of southpaws. I used to hate fighting them. but you're quite an entertaining one, because you are all action, aren't you?
Yeah, you've got to be. I mean, at the end of the day, you're an entertainer, aren't you? You show business with blood, so you've got to put bums on seats, haven't you, at the end of the day?
Well, I'm sure you will do.
Yeah, hopefully.
And is that going well? Is tickets going well?
Yeah, like I say, I've got a lot of interest. Like I say, thank everyone for who's purchased tickets, and I'll be running around recklessly.
The good thing with this place is once you start fighting out of this place, you get the fans of elite, the ones who come here day in, day out, and work with you all the time. They all come down and they all bring their friends. Because I believe you've got an amateur show on tonight, and they're absolutely packed out every time I film them.
Yeah, it's like that. They're so important though, because that's where we're homegrown. There's a lot of homegrown fighters, where they've, that's your platform to build up. So it's so important. But yeah.
Well, Marcus, like I say, hopefully on the 12th of March down at Bolton at the White's Hotel, I'll be speaking to you, and hopefully I'll be saying 1-0.
Brilliant, thank you.
Marcus, you take care, mate.
Thank you, mate. Thanks.
Bye.